Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to day 18 or lesson 18 of the Fluency Blueprint Training Program. In today's lesson, we're going to learn something very, very important and critical. It really matters to your language. You're going to use it much, especially in the interviews. You're going to learn how to talk about your experiences and keep the conversation going, whether your life experiences or professional or work-related experiences. And when we say experience, it doesn't mean تجربة, because it's totally different. I don't mean تجربة here by with something like experiment when you test something. But experience, when you live part of experience in your life, like something that took you time and something that is valuable and you got something out of it. Maybe it was negative, it was positive, it had a feeling, special feeling, it impacted you, or it left something in your life. Maybe a new baby, maybe a very dramatic film. You really got the mood, and maybe watching the matches of the World Cup somewhere, attending a party for a very famous celebrity or singer, going to the opera, starting a new job, shifting your career, getting married, getting engaged, or even getting divorced, and moving to a new apartment. All these, we call them experiences. They take time and they take steps to live them and to leave them. So inshallah, after today's lesson, you will be able to talk about your life experiences confidently. 1 minute. And also you'll be able to ask others about their experiences. And to keep the conversation going using some things called follow-up questions, which is very, very important to ask follow-up questions. Follow-up questions means WH questions. We have two things. We have WH questions and yes or no questions. Yes or no questions are the questions that start with verbs, auxiliary verbs actually. Am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, can, could, shall, should, may, might, will, would. Like, are you happy? Yes, I am. Are you sad? No, I'm not. Just yes or no questions. But the follow-up questions that start with WH, and we call them follow-up because that keeps the conversation going. When I ask you, where are you from? How old are you? How long have you been working here? Is this team professional, for example? Are you interested in working here, or why are you interested in working here? When you want to keep the conversation going between you and any person, just give him or pop him up with a WH question. We always call it open-ended questions, but the yes or no questions are closed and or narrow-ended questions. They give short or limited answers. And by the way, this is not recommended at all in the interviews. When the HR suggests, or your boss or your manager suggests a question, you have to keep speaking. That makes you look like informative and experienced. Also, you'll be able to use natural English chunks to describe experiences, whether they are personal or professional. Let's get started. Sorry. Okay. It's a dialogue between Yusuf and Adam. This is the number one structure here that you need to know. Have you ever traveled alone? Have you ever traveled alone? This structure refers to experience على طول. When you want to ask or answer about an experience, just use this. Have you ever? Have you ever? Have you ever traveled alone? Have you ever been to Maldives? Have you ever tried sushi? Use here PP. يعني past participle, not past simple, huh? يعني Go, went, gone. Do, did, done. Past participle. The third, number 3, verb form. Have you ever watched a match live? Have you ever gone to the opera or been to the opera actually? And there is a difference between been and gone. It's very important to mention that here. Been, you went and you came back خلاص. يعني if you're Egyptian, you live in Egypt and you've been to Maldives, it means that one day you went to Maldives and you're back here now in Egypt back again. But gone, it means that you started your journey to Maldives. Or let's use more realistic example. Nowadays we have the World Cup, right? So when I say I have gone to the United States, I have gone to the United States or the USA, it means that I'm not in Egypt. Maybe بقى I'm on the way to America. I'm still on the plane to America. I'm in America already now, whatever يعني. What really matters here that I'm not now in Egypt. I've gone يعني I've started my journey to the United States to watch the World Cup matches. But when I say after بقى يعني after the World Cup matches are over and they are finished and I come back to Egypt, I say, America, very nice days. I've been there one day. I've been there one day, or I've been there in the World Cup matches. So I've been means that I went and I came back. But gone, I went. And still not back yet. Yes, I have. Have you ever traveled alone? Yes, I have. I've visited Istanbul twice. This is the structure to talk about an experience. Traveling alone, of course, is a very nice experience. Or maybe it's not nice to some people, but this is not a normal event, nor not a normal action. You didn't sleep quickly, for example. No, that's an experience. Yes, I have. I've visited. This is about the structure that you need to know. I will use a different color. I've visited Istanbul twice. Twice, it means that he did that 2 times. It was an amazing experience. Here he's given a description to the experience. It was an amazing experience. It was fascinating. It was a negative experience. It was a disappointing, frustrating, whatever بقى you're going to describe it. Yusuf, really also you use it to describe that that's interesting. Yeah. I've never traveled alone. Another expression. So this is expression 1 and this is expression 2 to talk about the experiences. I've never traveled alone. So here it's a question to ask about any experience if you tried it before or not, and here to negate it, to give the negative. I've never traveled alone. I've never tried sushi before. I've never smoked a cigarette. I've never been to Maldives. Been but not gone. I've never been. I've never been to. I've always wanted to visit Turkey. I've always wanted to visit Turkey. We use this structure when you want to describe something you've always willing to do, but you haven't done it yet. I've always wanted to buy a new car. I've always wanted to purchase a high-end bag. Means يعني very famous brand يعني bag from a very very famous brand. I've always wanted to stay at home for just a couple of days alone, for example. Adam, You should. Another one. It's like an advice here, but a piece of advice, but it's not an advice. It means like this is very very interesting, so you should. When we say in Arabic لازم تعملها، لازم تجربها. This is the thing. I've never traveled alone. I've always wanted to visit Turkey. You should. It's amazing. My brother has traveled 3 times. This is another one. Now we have 2. I have visited Istanbul twice. I've always wanted to visit. And my brother has traveled there 3 times. He's met wonderful people. He tried lots of delicious food. So for how many sentences to describe the experience, and all of them use the same structure. Have, has plus past participle. He's tried lots of delicious food. He's met wonderful people. I've visited Istanbul twice. I've always wanted to. That's amazing. Another reaction. Has your sister been there too? Did your sister go there? But if I said, did your sister go there before? It's of course correct. It's totally correct. But here we're talking about experiences. That's why we use different structure. Has your sister been there too? No, she hasn't. But she's always wanted to go. I think she'll love it. Do you remember last time? I think she'll love it. Okay, let's move to another scenario related to professional life. And now I will explain how you can use this structure to speak about your experiences in such an interview, for example. Have you ever, the same structure again now, have you ever worked on an international project? Have you ever worked on an international project? Yes, I have. I've worked with clients from 3 different countries. طبعا if you work with clients from 3 different countries, that's a very big experience. I've worked with. That's impressive. Another reaction. Like, that's impressive. Wow. What has your team learned from that experience? What has your team learned from that experience? We've learned that good communication makes a huge difference. This is I think a very good phrase. Good communication makes a huge difference. Big difference. Good communication makes a huge difference. Ahmed has become much more confident. He's also improved his presentation skills. Excellent. Another reaction. Has your department worked with international clients before? Yes, it has. The experience has helped everyone grow professionally. The experience has helped everyone grow professionally. I want to give you this structure. Help plus object plus infinitive. Help object the person or the thing that received the action, not the doer, not the subject, the object. Plus infinitive. Help everyone grow, or helped whatever everyone grow. Not grew in the past. Sometimes I ask my son, help me clean, or he asks me, Mom, help me wear the shirt, help me go to the toilet, help me drink, for example, help me carry the bag, whatever. Help plus the person or the object plus infinitive. طيب something also I want to mention that would make it easy for you for yourself. Can you see here the questions, the answers? Yes, I have. Yes, it has. Or no, she hasn't. طيب, what if I'm talking to a person and I'm being very professional and I'm trying to show my English skills confidently, and he asks me a yes or no question? Starts with have, has, would, could, whatever. And I don't remember, it's not appearing in my mind now to say, yes, it has, no, she doesn't. I don't want to use these auxiliary verbs or the grammar. I will give you a very, very good tip. Just use adverbs. You can say, let me write it here so it's gonna be clearer. One minute. You can say, surely, yes. Surely, yes. You can say, oh, definitely, yes. Have you watched the World Cup matches? Definitely, yes. Did you visit Alexandria before? Fortunately. Fortunately, yes. Luckily, yes. Luckily and fortunately means good luck. For the good luck I did, alhamdulillah. And of course you'll have some, you can say of course. Of course, yes. Or yes, of course. So here, by using this, you don't have to remind yourself, is it does, is it has, is it where, was, did, whatever. But if I want to get the negative out of it, you can say, surely yes. Surely not. Definitely yes, definitely not. Fortunately yes, unfortunately not. No, I didn't go be there before. I never tried it. Unluckily no. Unluckily no. Of course yes, of course not. Of course not. Definitely not. Whatever. طب if I'm not sure بقى, I can say not really. مش قوي I can say not sure. Not sure. I can say I don't know. Or I don't think so. Or I don't think it's gonna work. If someone is giving you another thing and it's a suggestion, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. And another advanced one, I don't think we can make it. I don't think we can make it. Like for example, I'm sorry, I can't make it at 6. Can we make it at 7? Whatever, but appointment, meeting, outing, anything. I don't think we can make it on Thursday. Can we meet on Friday instead? So all these phrases will help you speak much better and faster, especially if the grammar is not appearing in your mind now. Is it, does, she, whatever. The thing that matters the most here is to give the answer with yes or no. Use by any other adverb or adjective as we mentioned. You can take it like a screenshot, by the way, if you want to. 1 minute. This is the one. Screenshot. I will also share it with you on the group. خلاص كده we finished. Let's check بقى. These are the questions. It's up to you to answer them. answer them. يلا. Power chunks. Have you ever? Now I want you to say كده in the lesson an example using this. Have you ever anything plus PP? Have you ever tried sushi? Have you ever traveled alone? No, I haven't. Or, of course not. Unfortunately not. Definitely not. Definitely and surely means يعني for sure not. Unfortunately and unluckily means that you didn't try them but you're sad. يعني you want to do them. I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to try sushi. So here you add infinitive. She has plus PP. She's been there. Been there. It's not only about places. It's not only about places being there. For example, one of my friends is very sad because her grandmother passed away, died. And I experienced this situation, and I know how sad she is. So when I want to say sorry for her, when I want to support her, I say, I'm sorry, I've been there. Yani I understand where you're coming from. So I've been there, it means I tried this thing out, not only I went to the place. When someone is very nervous because he's having an exam in the morning or an interview, so I tell him, I know, I understand, I've been there. Yes, I have. Yes, of course, definitely yes. I've never plus PP. I've never tried. His plus PP, or he has, yeah. Has he or she ever plus PP too? Ever gone, eaten? Natural collocations, travel abroad, يعني outside the country. يعني I can say travel abroad about Alexandria, for example, because Alexandria is still in Egypt. Meet new people. Gain experience. With experience, we say gain. We can also say gain money. Work with clients. Or deal with clients. Improve presentation skills, make a difference or make a huge difference. Language upgrade, instead of saying I learned a lot, I've learned a lot from that experience. I went to visit Japan. I've always wanted to visit Japan. I've always wanted to watch live matches for the World Cup. It was very good. It was an unforgettable experience. And you can never forget it. Or unforgettable day. This is going to be your listening task, but I will do it in a separate video in order not to make this one longer than that. These are the structures or the chunk templates that you need to use in your tasks. I will now go to explain your task system.